Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a new kind of twist on an old video, and this is bypassing upload limits using Nginx. So a lot of people here have been using Nextcloud and using all types of other applications, like whether you're streaming media or you're hosting files, and you want to have a reverse proxy that lets you do that. And the challenge with Cloudflare, which I love more than anything, is Cloudflare does not like it when you stream media or upload large files through their tunnels. And Cloudflare tunnels are indeed the reverse proxy that I like the most. So the question becomes, if I've already got my domain on Cloudflare and I've got Cloudflare tunnels running for a lot of my things and I like it, what about those applications like Emby or Jellyfin or Plex or Nextcloud or File Browser where I might be moving large files that would violate the terms of service of Nextcloud because they're simply too big? That's where Nginx comes in. And this is not an either or kind of video. It's like, oh, you could use Cloudflare tunnels or you can use Nextcloud Proxy Manager. We're going to show you guys how to use both right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you two ways to do this. First, we're going to go in here and I'm going to start by creating a data set. And this is going to be a data set in my tank for my Nginx Proxy Manager. So I'm just going to call it npm. I'm going to keep the data set generic. Okay, so now I have a data set for that. I'm going to add a sub data set here. This is going to be called certs because it's going to want two. And I'm going to leave this also generic. So now we've got npm and we've got certs. So let's come over here to my apps and let's launch Nginx. Okay, this is the one we're looking for, Proxy Manager. We're going to install this. Now, there's two ways to install this. I'm going to show you the TrueNAS way first. I'm going to show you the dockge way. It's both the exact same. I'm not going to go through a whole lot of changes here. The one thing I will tell you is you need to be running this as 0. So in this where it says 568, that's no good. We want to pull that out to 0. Web port, we need to change all these ports. So the web UI, I'm going to put at 8181. The HTTP is going to be 80 and the HTTPS is 443. I do not know why these ports are defaulted incorrectly, but they are. So here we go. This is the data storage here. I'm going to change this to host path, tank, nginx, npm. And then here, this is going to be the cert storage. So we go to host path here. Certs. There we go. I'm not going to touch anything else. I'm going to install that. Now, that's not the only way to do it. This is going to install in the background. You guys should come over to the wiki, go to the Nginx Proxy Manager page, and come down here. You just grab the Docker Compose, just like that. I'm just going to grab this Docker Compose. I'm going to jump over to dockge. If you wanted to do that, we're going to come over here. We're going to do an npm, and we're just going to do a simple copy paste. And this is going to put all of our folders in the stacks directory. Again, make sure these ports are open. One of the things you want to do with Nginx Proxy Manager, which is a little challenging, is TrueNAS by default does not run. TrueNAS by default runs on 80 and 443 because that's where the web page is. So I'm going to show you in a second how to go back and change that for TrueNAS. And you're going to want to change it to something other than 81, maybe 81 in this case. You might want to modify that, but if you hit deploy, we're going to end up in the same place. I just wanted to show you how to do this through dockge versus TrueNAS scale. So this is up and running here. I'm just going to show you guys one thing on TrueNAS. Again, we want to make sure in general settings, this GUI, you're going to want to go over here and click settings. And here we go, the web interface port and the web interface HTTPS port. Yours, if you've not changed them, are going to say 80 and 443. And of course, that's a problem because that's where Nginx needs to run. So I changed mine to 81 and 444. You guys can change this to anything you want. Just know that when you hit save, you're going to need to go to one of these two ports because you're going to lose access to your web interface. So right now, if you're, say, for example, you're logged into 443 or port 80 on whatever your IP is, when you go and change this to 81 or 444, whatever it is, and you hit save, it's going to change the web interface to a different number. So you're going to have to highlight this whole bar, put in your new IP address, colon, and the new port, well, the old IP address, and colon the new port of what you just selected. Let's come back over to apps, though. We should be running here. Let's go over to our web UI. We're good. So now let's go over to Nginx Proxy Manager. Here we go. The dashboard is now deployed at your IP. The username is admin@example.com. And the password is change me. So they're going to make us change that just like that. Change me. Okay, we're good. So I'm going to change mine to admin@test.com, and I'm going to save that. And my current password is change me, and my new password is going to be something super insecure, but you guys set a secure password. I don't think I did that right. There we go. Save that. And we're good. So now that our Nginx Proxy Manager is up and running, we have to do a couple other things before we come back here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to need to go to our router. This is my Verizon router. This is an actual picture of my router. These are the port forwarding sections. So when I got here, I had to click advanced and then security and firewall and then port forwarding. I need to create 2 port forwards, one on 443 and one on 80, going to my TrueNAS address. There we go. So it's going to look when I edit it. I'll show you, for example. This is what it looks like. I've named the application, the origin port, the destination, the forward to port, schedule always. It's going to look just like that. Set one up for 443, set one up for 80 on your router. This has to be done first, otherwise nothing's going to work. Okay, let's come over here to our Cloudflare. Cloudflare is currently hosting servers at home. It's servers at ho.me. That's the full qualified domain name. You'll see here I've got some tunnels. These are everything you guys go to. This is the blog, the wiki, all kinds of cool stuff. So this is what Servers at Home is hosting right now. What you won't notice here is there is no address for my actual router, and there needs to be. So we're going to come over here and we're going to need to add a record. I'm going to add an A record, and I'm just going to say @ for root, and this is going to be Servers at Home, and it's going to point to my public IP address. Yeah, spoiler alert, this is not my public IP address. I just need to put something in here to save it. Now, because I already have one of those and it's going through a tunnel, I can't add it again, but you're going to want to add this record to your actual public IP address. That's one record you're going to want to add. Now we need to add a second record. And after you add this record and hit save, and you're not going to get this error, you're going to come over here and you're going to want to hit CNAME. Once you hit CNAME, our name required is going to be star, and our target is going to be @. I know those are not real targets, but like you'll see what it says here. Star.servers at home is an alias of servers at home and has this traffic proxy through Cloudflare. Let's talk about what this DNS record actually does. A CNAME entry means it's going to be something dot your fully qualified domain name. The star is a wildcard. Now I'm going to use this example with Nextcloud. So eventually it's going to be Nextcloud.servers at home is an alias of servers at home and it's traffic proxy through Cloudflare. So the @ means it's going to servers at home, not anywhere else. And this is going to be the actual subdomain I'm going to use. Now I can use Nextcloud directly and just put a single DNS entry in here for Nextcloud, but let's say I actually plan on running quite a few things through Nginx Proxy Manager. I don't want to come back into Cloudflare every single time and have to add every single domain and then go into Nginx and add that domain. I'm basically adding domains twice everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use what's called this wildcard. This wildcard lets me say, hey, anything .servers at home is going to be proxied to servers at home to the actual address on my router. So if I click save here, that's going to give me a wildcard. Now, what I want to do is I want to change this little proxy. So I'm going to come back here and I'm going to edit. I want to uncheck this little bar. The reason for that is I can't have 2 proxy managers running. That's not going to work. So in order to get this running correctly, I have to make sure that Nginx is doing the proxying and Cloudflare is just sending the traffic onto my public IP of my router. That's basically the path of travel. So say, for example, I'm trying to go to nextcloud.serversathome.com. When the DNS entry goes out and they check the DNS servers for nextcloud.serversathome.com, it's going to say, hey, I'm looking for nextcloud.servers@home, and that doesn't exist, but a wildcard exists. So it's going to say, hey, anything.servers@home should go to the address for servers at home, the A record, which is going to be the public IP of my router. So then it's going to kick it over to that, and then Nginx is going to be on the other side. It's going to hit my router. My router's got 80 and 443 forwarded, and then it's going to go through my router and it's going to land right here. So this is where I want to add my actual proxy host. There are no proxy hosts yet, but we're going to add one. We're going to add, in this case, Nextcloud .servers at home, just like that. I'm going to hit tab. We're good. Where is it going to go? Right now, I didn't actually set up Nextcloud. Let's go back in here and do that. So we need to have a landing place for that. So I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to launch Nextcloud very, very quickly using no host path or anything like that. I just want to get this up and running so you guys can see that I can physically hit it. I'm not going to change anything. This is where I want it. This is the only thing I want to change. I want to change this to nextcloud.servers at home, just like that. All insecure passwords, because again, this is just to show you guys that I can hit this. Not making any changes here. I'm going to change this. I am going to change this. No, I'm not. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Not going to touch any of this. I'm going to leave everything IX. There we go. I'm going to launch this just so I can get an address. So I left it at 30027. So in this case, what I need to do is I need to hit 1099.0.191 colon the port that I just put Nextcloud at. So here it's going to go to 10.99.0.191 forwarded port 30027. That's the port that I left it on. I'm going to check all of these things. I'm going to click SSL, and then I'm going to request a new certificate, and I'm going to do all of these things except for the DNS challenge. And I'm going to agree. And there's one more thing we're going to do. I'm going to come over here to an advanced, and this is the magic. This is how we get past these upload limits. I'm going to come back to the wiki, and I'll come all the way down here. And all these directions are here in the wiki, so if I went too fast, you can come back here and take a look. This is the part that we need to go to advanced. We need to use this little byte of code right here, copy that, and I'm going to paste that right into the advanced section, just like that. Client max body size 5G. Now I set mine to 5G. This is 5 gigs. You guys can set yours to 10 gigabytes, 15, 20, 100. It really doesn't matter. So this is just a personal choice I made for 5 gigabytes. But if you guys want to be like, hey, I want to do 100 gig file uploads, that's on you. I'm going to click save here, and then it's going to add my proxy host. Now, I'm doing a little bit of movie magic. I actually have Nginx Proxy Manager running in my home already, and I can't have 2 of them. You can only have 1 of these instances. So what I'm going to do is off screen, I'm going to go ahead and add an actual record in here to make this work correctly. Then I'm going to show you the ways that I can hit it going through Nginx. So in order not to leak my public IP, I'm going to do this all off screen, and then I'm going to cut and come back and show you it actually working. Okay, we are back. So what happened now is I added the actual entry into my Nginx Proxy Manager, which I didn't show you guys that part. I showed you me just adding it to the regular one. And the reason for that is I have other things in my Nginx Proxy Manager I don't really want to share. So long story short, I put in my real IP address for the purpose of this video, which have been since been removed. And I have added that to my real Nginx Proxy Manager. So now you'll look up here to my fully qualified domain name, nextcloud.servers at home, and I can hit my Nextcloud instance. And this is the one that's actually running on my TrueNAS box in 191. So when I come in here, my traffic is now going from all the way into the greater internet into Cloudflare. Cloudflare is pushing it to my router. Router pushes it to my Nginx Proxy Manager, and my Nginx Proxy Manager pushes it directly to TrueNAS. So all of this is running right now, and you can see it's one continuous motion. So at this point, if I was to log in to my Nextcloud, and I don't think I can actually do that, can I? Yeah, I can. Look at that. I thought I forgot my password already. So we're already in, and at this point, I can start doing massive file uploads because I completely bypassed that. I can take huge files and just do a straight new upload files or folders and just put tons and tons of stuff in here. So that's a really cool way to get around the Cloudflare problem of using tunnels. Now this works the same way for your media client. So if you have MB Plex or Jellyfin, you're going to want to do the exact same thing. You're going to want to put in a wildcard record, come into your Nginx Proxy Manager, add like jellyfin.yourfully.example.com, and point it to the actual IP, the internal IP of Jellyfin running on your TrueNAS box. And that's how I do my media streaming for when I'm streaming outside the home. Everything I have runs through a tunnel except for my Jellyfin. My Jellyfin and my Nextcloud are through Nginx Proxy Manager, and I use them to do all sorts of stuff that would be not okay with Cloudflare. So I just have those unproxied DNS records in my Cloudflare dashboard, and everything works flawlessly. So I hope this video was helpful. If you liked it, like and subscribe. If you have some more technical questions or you're running into problems, please go jump on the Discord server and open a support ticket. Do not post in the general channel. If you really want to say thank you, please buy me a coffee.